Begin daily log, Viktor Balandin, June 6th, 1977. I've decided to start recording these logs in English, as I realized I probably won't get that much practice out here with the language. Not much has changed since yesterday or last week even. We are still holding the same position and the buoys are in perfect shape. ANVIL Capsule 1 is holding steady. No system glitches besides minor failures in circuits C12 and X43. No doubt my comrades at home wouldn't be pleased to hear about X43 as it controls the air recycling, but it was nothing more than a blown fuse, and probably it's going to be the most exciting thing to happen this month. Yesterday we received a faint radio blink from Sverdlovsk 45. It was too short, making the computer have a conniption fit. I spent the better part of a day doing a reset of key systems to make sure there were no more glitches. If we don't find a more reliable way to communicate, I don't see how we can ask for anything or even know when the next mission is coming, if there is going to be one. Felix has been poring over datasheets since I got here 3 weeks ago. I don't know what he expects to find. I'm supposed to be the computer and camera specialist here, but the computers largely take care of themselves, and I don't see anything in the cameras except for clouds and an occasional bolt of lightning, which I must admit is beautiful. If I'm being honest, I'm surprised this whole thing works. Not that I would ever question the product of the people, but the ANVIL, I mean. The computer systems are the most advanced I've ever worked with. And the data they collect shows figures so absurd it's almost like I'm reading theory in university again. I know we aren't transferring these logs back, so I have to say what I really think. This place terrifies me. I feel like we have jumped decades in exploration in the time it takes for a child to learn to ride the bike. And the worst part is, I don't know what any of it is for. I think Sasha could tell. On the way here, we talked for hours, and she was so excited for this mission. Not that I wasn't, I just didn't know what we were in for. Training was so fast, and as soon as I was selected for the program, I was taken from my home and thrown into a suit faster than I could blink. But I suppose none of that matters now. I'm here. There's no way home. And there is work to do. Begin daily log, Viktor Balandin, August 28th, 1977. I finally had a time to sit down with Felix, and I'm scared. He's been here since the initial mission launch in 72. Back then it was so secret that only 4 people knew about it besides the population of Sverdlovsk 45. But nobody knew the real reason behind it. Nobody knew why it was so secretive, except for the government was always the secretive. But he just told me why. He said the whole reason for this mission is there was life detected here. Life in this hell. There isn't any oxygen or water out there, only sulfuric acid and CO2. Nothing that would support life at all. The only thing that makes it slightly habitable is the pressure is only about an atmosphere at this height. But they said they detected life on the surface, where the pressure is like being under 900 meters of water. I told Felix it shouldn't be possible. What he said next chilled me to my core. He said, I've seen it. I've seen the recordings, and I've seen the data, and I've seen it walking. When I asked to see it, he quickly denied me, saying it was so secretive that only a few in the government knew besides himself, and besides us. But that's why he's been poring over those data sheets. According to him, he's been doing it for 5 years straight, looking for any change. I asked him how we are supposed to detect anything at this speed, and he told me, don't worry about that. Just worry about keeping us afloat. No matter how hard I pressed, he wouldn't give me any more. So I resigned to saying yes sir and scheduling my next diagnostic checks on the regulators and the water system. I suppose I'm stuck here, right? It's not like there's going to be another mission soon. We were the last scheduled, and I spoke to Brezhnev myself before we left, and he wouldn't tell me straight if there was going to be any relief. Beyond that, not much has changed. I'm trying to get used to the night cycles, but having 2 a day is very odd. The plus side of that is 2 sunrises and 2 sunsets every day. Not that I can see much through the cloud cover, or through this awful scope that they gave me. Sleeping is hard. Honestly, there isn't much to do here most days. The computer system is sophisticated enough, it tells me as soon as there is a problem and can usually tell me exactly what circuit is broken and what room it's located in. At this point, I'm replacing 4 to 6 circuits a week, and so far I've had 1 vacuum system that needed to be repaired. The sulfuric acid clouds are not good for our systems, to say the least, and I discovered the hard way yesterday that I should wear chemical suits when working with any of the vents or tubes. I discovered something else yesterday too. We were sent here with an enormous amount of supplies: food, filters, electric equipment and replacement circuits, oxygen tanks and recyclers. We haven't begun to catalog what was in our cargo, but one thing I know is that no matter how much we brought, it is still limited. I've been fussing with this computer system for a month now, and there is never a week where everything works perfectly and parts don't break. We have tons of replacement parts in storage and in the capsules, but they will run out eventually. I was the last one to speak to Brezhnev before we left, privately. I got the feeling from him that we shouldn't expect relief for a long time, which I'm okay with personally. We all took these assignments knowing they would probably be for life, and I don't have anyone back home who misses me, and I don't miss anyone. But if we don't get regular shipments of new supplies, I don't see how the ANVIL can last more than 10 years without having every system on board replaced, including the entire computer. I'm pretty sure they didn't include another one of those in their cargo. But for now, I think I will keep that to myself. After all, why should Felix be the only one with secrets? Oh, is this thing on? Hello? Test, test. Alright, I think this thing is on. My name is Major Ian Powers. I'm stationed at Fort Pickett, Virginia. And the last thing I remember is being in bed the morning of December 31st, 2010. I woke up in this room. I don't know where I am. I don't know how I got here. I don't know the time or the date. I don't know how much time has passed. When I woke up here, it was black. It was pitch. Couldn't see my own hand in front of my face. But there are boxes in this room, which makes me think it's some sort of storage room. As I went through the boxes before I found this tape recorder, and I also found a flashlight to let me see a little bit more clearly. The walls are metal, and it's a cylinder-shaped room with a diameter of about 10 feet, I want to say. There is a hatch at one end that has a wheel lock, which I haven't been able to budge. It feels like it's stuck on the other side by something, but it's a hatch barely big enough for me to fit through. Besides not knowing where I am and what's going on, there are a couple strange things I should make note of. First, it feels strange here. It feels like I'm standing in water, like I'm buoyant. I don't know if that's gravity or if it's something else, but I don't know, it doesn't feel right. The second thing is there is a lot of wind outside, like tornado siren kind of wind. I've inspected myself and I don't think I'm injured. I'm still in my pajama pants and bare feet and a t-shirt. Not exactly what I'd want to be in this situation in. It's been about 2 hours since I first got here. I spent the first majority of that hour having panic attacks and trying to come to my senses. It's my daughter's birthday next week. And I don't want to miss that. This room is, like I said, it's full of these boxes. They're white, and they have no markings on them at all. There's only a few of them, but from what I can tell, they contain something similar to MREs, which are also white and unlabeled, but I opened a few of them, and there seem to be those high-calorie bricks and protein bars and dehydrated milk, and it seems like these are survival rations of some kind. Besides that, I found some basic equipment, electrical tools like wire cutters, needle nose pliers. I found some wrenches and a hammer. I found corkscrew, can opener, a set of knives. It seems like whatever the reason for this storage room, it was for storing food, mostly. I don't really know why the flashlight and tape recorder were included in this. They seem a little bit out of place, but... Alright. To be honest, there's a third weird thing that I've been avoiding. I think mostly because I don't want to believe it. Or I don't want to believe that I'm going crazy. But I put my ear to that circular hatch to see what I could hear. And I swear I heard something. I heard noises that sounded like something banging against metal. And then I swear I heard a woman screaming. Now, I thought at first it was the wind outside, or it was something else, but then it happened again and again. There are consistent screams coming from the other side of that door. It's about once every 3.5 seconds. And I don't know what they're from, but I'm not sure I want to find out right now. Oh, wait a minute. I just had an idea. Hold on. I'm gonna try to get the sound of this thing through the door. If I hear it on the tape recorder, then that means I'm not crazy. So, let's see. Okay, I hope I got it.